Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the latest report that the Los Angeles Lakers have had some minor talks with the Indiana Pacers in regards to getting Myles Turner on the team. I thought it would be a good opportunity not only to talk about that trade, but maybe some other guys that the Lakers could get to kind of get this team going in the right direction. Because, I mean, come on, man. Look at the roster. There's so much talent on it. So, yes, before we get going on today's video, I got to point something out here, man. Anytime I get super self-conscious whenever I wear Pistons attire in a video like this, because I'm just imagining anybody watching just being like, how dare a Detroit Pistons fan is telling me how to watch my basketball team, what to think about my basketball team. I promise, man, I've seen the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Currently going through the worst of the worst. So, yes, also, before we get going on this video, thank you guys so much for the support on these videos as of late. Been getting new subscribers every single day. You guys have really been showing that crispy support, so I really appreciate you guys so much for that. But okay. So, let's talk about the idea of Myles Turner over to the Los Angeles Lakers. I think it's important to note that, damn, you all should just ship the entire Pacers team over to the Lakers, because that team is filled with so many guys that I think are just really good quality basketball players that could help out so many teams. The one guy off the Pacers that I would love the Lakers to get, but I actually think it's impossible, is Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon is one of the most underrated guards, in my opinion, man, in the entire NBA. He can play, the combo guard position where he's handled the basketball, playing off-ball, catch and shoot. He's very smart, intelligent, all that good stuff, man. But he signed an extension, so I don't think he's able to get traded this NBA season. But yeah, so Myles Turner. What exactly does Myles Turner bring to the Lakers, and how exactly does he fit with a team like that? Well, Myles Turner just went on record to say that he doesn't want to be viewed as a role player. He wants to be, he wants to be part of an organization that sees him as a bigger piece. And I've been saying for years now that I really have been hoping that, Myles could take that next step. Defensively, he's one of the best at the center position. Offensively, I always kind of felt like there was just something, I don't know if it's an explosiveness or just something about his game where it's he needs to dig deep and do that thing. I'm sad to say, though, that if he does go to the Lakers, he's going to be a role player type. I mean, come on, you're on a team with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook. You're right off the bat going to be the fourth option of the team. But, if he can buy into the system, he's exactly what that team could use out there. I mean, he shoots the three ball at the center position, can stretch things out, really anywhere on the court, which works nicely next to Anthony Davis, but really the defense too, man. Get that 3 blocks per game next to Anthony Davis, ain't nobody scoring on the inside. So, the thing about that trade, though, is, you are pretty much saying that Anthony Davis is full-time power forward, which I'm sure that he's okay with. But also looking at the rest of the roster, it's you got guys like Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan on the team. Both are older players. I don't think DeAndre Jordan ever needs to touch a basketball court ever again unless it's at the local YMCA. So, yeah, a rotation of Myles Turner and Dwight Howard can definitely work for that center spot. And I feel it could actually work together, too, where those guys at times could probably play on the court together. I really do think that Myles, with his style of play, could play the power forward position, and that'd be no issue whatsoever. So as far as, trades to get this done, I was asking you guys over on Twitter at CrispyFlakes2K. And I think the one that I saw the most was something involving THT, Taylor Horton-Tucker, and there was really mixed signals from both sides. There was Pacer fans saying that we could get a lot more for Myles Turner, and there was other, Laker fans saying that we don't really need Myles Turner on this team, so I don't really want to give up on THT, who's like a 21-year-old player who does have all-star potential, right? Now, if you are the Pacers, I don't think it's a bad route to go get in THT because, like I said, man, I mean, what is he, a 6'4" shooting guard, a damn near 7-foot wingspan or something crazy like that? That's definitely a really, really good start for a rebuild. But I could see, too, where you're not really in a rush to trade any of these guys away. The trade deadline's still 2 months away, so you really want to see, if there's any other teams out there that not only don't want the Lakers to get better, but maybe they're a little desperate to get somebody, too. And, I think with Myles Turner, I've been saying forever that he's somebody that can literally fit on any single NBA roster, so it really should not be an issue whatsoever to get him traded away. Then the next part I want to talk about here is when it comes to this Lakers team. What exactly do they even need? I mean, in my opinion, you look at their roster and they got, Russell averaging 20 a game, Anthony Davis 24 a game, LeBron James 26 points per game. It's the scoring's there. The way the offense is ran and everything, I mean, I know people like to hate on Russell Westbrook, and I know that he kind of is who he is at this point in his NBA career. There's really no change in him, but I'm looking at his numbers, man, and, they're Russell Westbrook numbers. He's actually shooting a little bit better field goal percentage-wise and three-point-wise than he was last NBA season, so I guess there's something to be said about that. He's currently at about 32% from three. Anthony Davis only at 19%, though. But yes, what this team needs is those glue guys. I feel like you could still win with LeBron, AD, and Russell, but you have to surround them with guys that, like the runoff screens, like to get open from the three-point shot and don't mind, taking 5 or 6 shots a game as the superstars take over when needed, right? So I think there's a lot of different ways to get those type of dudes on the team. Over on Twitter, once again, at CrispyFlakes2K, I told you guys to give me your most like realistic Los Angeles Lakers trades. There's so many guys that could help this team out right now. So we're going to go through a few of these real quick here. The first one comes from Friendly Mushroom. And Friendly Mushroom says, Russell Westbrook for Kuzma, KCP, Harrell, and a first-round draft pick, man. Real talk, if you are a Lakers fan, let me know in the comment section below. If you could reverse the trade right now and get all those players back, would you do it? Let me know in the comment section below, man. I still don't know if I'm quite on team trade Russell Westbrook quite yet, unless there was like some sort of like 3-team trade to get involved and get some, role player type pieces over to the Lakers. But that's kind of what they did by doing that trade in the offseason in the first place. Was they wanted to get away from like having all of these role player types, and they wanted to try to build their big three. I mean, while I don't totally blame Russell Westbrook, I think we all still kind of know that, and we knew going into it that he wasn't the perfect fit with the team. So, yeah, but he's still Russell Westbrook. He's still one of the best point guards, of this generation of point guards, right? So here we got a Turner trade, and this was THT, Nunn, DJ, and a first-round pick. And this is where somebody said that the Pacers could probably get better than THT in a first. I don't know, man. I think it's a pretty solid trade. I really do, especially if you toss in the draft pick with it. I think that makes things a lot better right there. So, yes, here we got King Kong is saying for the Lakers to trade Westbrook for Ben Simmons. So we do know that the 76ers are looking for a top 25 player right now. I don't know if that doesn't really fix anything. If anything, it's a sloppier fit. It's a sloppier fit having Ben Simmons on the team over Russell Westbrook. It's not really doing anything. Now, if you can somehow get, the 76ers and like the Trailblazers involved in some type of trade, you can bring guys like a CJ McCollum or a Tobias Harris over to the Lakers, then I think that fits. I think that fit is just a lot better overall. So something along those lines, but obviously they would still need a point guard because Russell Westbrook would be gone in some type of trade for that to happen. Xavier says THT for Cade in a first. Don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. Let's go through some more of these real quick here. We got LeBron to the Raptors for Isaac Bonga. Okay, man. I mean, trying to win some championships. Russell Westbrook for some Detroit pizza. Hey, man, if you're reading this right now, y'all go follow me on Twitter, guys, so I can have some realistic responses. Ain't no one want no bitch-ass Detroit pizza for Russell Westbrook. I'll give you all a hot and ready, man. Actually, no, not even a hot and ready. You all can have a cold and waiting. I have no room to talk. What else we got here, man? Here we go. We got a very big trade here. It's actually not that big. By depressed Celtics fan. Ooh, this one's interesting. He said Marcus Smart for Avery Bradley, Kendrick Nunn, THT, and 2 second-round draft picks. That's pretty interesting. Once again, I know that Lakers hold THT to a very high standard, but Marcus Smart, defense, can make plays for others. Little sporadic with a shot at times like a Russell Westbrook might be, but when he gets high, he can get hot. He pretty much J.R. Smith with defense, man. I guess is probably the best way you could put Marcus Smart, maybe, man. It's like sometimes he'll knock down 9 threes, and it'll just be crazy. I don't think he's done that this season, but I've seen him do it before where he just gets like really hot all of a sudden. Here we just got Karis LeVert for THT and Kendrick Nunn. Karis LeVert is a fine fit, but once again, you want some snipers from the 3-point line, man. I think one of my subscribers said something about going for like a Dougie McBuckets or somebody like that, so I might like that a little bit more. Karis LeVert, another guy that kind of needs the ball in his hands to really truly operate to his max potential, so I just don't really think that fits with the Lakers all too much. Here we have a trade with Detroit Pistons. This one's actually kind of interesting, of Jeremy Grant for Avery Bradley, Kendrick Nunn, and THT, a first-round pick and a second-round pick. So, as a Piston fan, I don't. I would love to get my hands on THT. I'm gonna do a video on the Pistons very soon here because obviously the team is really, really bad. So at some point, I know Jeremy Grant's great. I know a lot of Pistons fans love him. I have nothing against Jeremy Grant, but at some point you wonder, it's like, is it time to like sell while the stock is high? Because clearly in 2 or 3 seasons from now, he's gonna be up there in age a little bit when that contract's up. Not too much, but just something to think about. Just something to think about. And then we got Hype Steel saying they are all old and worthless. So yes, and this guy's name is Bucket. Says Malik Monk and 2 first-round picks and Austin Reeves for Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis with Anthony Davis would actually be kind of interesting to watch. And we got another one of the Lakers getting somebody like Gary Harris. Yeah, like I think that's a team like the to talk like to the Magic. The Magic obviously have like a ton of guards and stuff on their team, so that could be interesting there too, man. But also, I don't think we've seen. Yeah, we have not seen Kendrick Nunn this season. So that's just another thing to kind of think about, is that you do have like a combo scoring type of guard that still needs to play and everything. So I don't know, man. Myles Turner to the Lakers overall, do I like that as a fit? If the price is right, I don't see why not. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think he's going to hurt the team by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of minor tweaks the Lakers could do. The core of the team, the big 3 being LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook on paper still sounds really good. I still think Anthony Davis, his game's been off this season, but if it's really not anything scoring on the inside, then it's kind of been a little rough at times. But we all know Anthony Davis is one of the greatest big guys of all time, so he'll figure things out. The Lakers will figure things out, and I do expect them to make some plays, for some more glue guys before at least the NBA trade deadline. And Myles Turner definitely fits that. Maybe even bring in a guy like a Jeremy Lamb or somebody like that, man. But that's all we have for today's video. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Give me some realistic Los Angeles Lakers trades that you would like to see. That's all we got. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.